this is why I'm not getting pregnant. I do not want you to let yourself, either by you or by your care provider, pigeonhole you into that box without making the assumption that it might not just be you, okay? 33% of infertility cases are a combination of both female and male factor. So even if you have a diagnosis that we're like, okay, this is likely why, we don't want to ignore the fact that your partner still needs to be properly assessed. And even if your partner has done a semen analysis and it looks good, that doesn't mean sperm is perfect. And I hate that we're giving out gold stars to men when they have a good count on a semen analysis, because just because you have a lot there doesn't mean the actual internal DNA integrity of that sperm is perfect. And so we still want to be working on overall quality. I'm really, really passionate about this. But with her case, his morphology was actually slightly low. It wasn't terrible, but it was slightly low. And no one had said anything to them. He wasn't really doing anything. So we also put him on a plan to help with morphology, but also to just help overall quality. We want to make sure that the sperm are going to be able to do their job and do it well, right? So we got her on these things. She was feeling really good. 3 cycles later, first ever positive pregnancy test. Before we could even dig deeper into, is it endometriosis? Is it uterine microbiome issues? Are there DNA fragmentation issues with the sperm? These are the areas we start to dig deeper into when we're dealing with quote unquote unexplained infertility. Now, obviously in her case, we uncovered a thyroid issue, but we're not going to stop investigating at that point, because you can have a thyroid issue and endometriosis. You can have a thyroid issue and have other autoimmune conditions. You can have a thyroid issue and have a dysbiotic uterine environment that is not allowing implantation or triggering miscarriage. You can have a thyroid issue and your partner can have a sperm issue. So even once we find something, we still want to keep these other potential diagnoses in the back of our mind. So I had a list of, okay, if it doesn't work for you in X amount of time based on what I think is appropriate timeline for our plan to make positive change, and based on her and her partner's level of like wanting to move forward, we always want to keep both those things in the back of our mind when we're making clinical decisions. I had a list of, this is what's next. These are the tests we want to do next to continue to dig deep, but we never got there, which is really exciting. So they got their first ever positive pregnancy test. She's into her second trimester at this point, and we're really, really happy for her. And I wanted to share this specific story, not because it happened quickly, but because she was coming from a place of it being years of trying with no answers. And in my opinion, just the tiniest little bit of personalized support for her was all they needed. It's not necessarily rocket science. And no, I'm also not saying that every single case is easy like this, because they're not. I have clients that we've worked together for a long time that we're still working together. And I wish it was this easy for everybody. But they really wanted to push her into a $25,000+ treatment that was unnecessary. And also, the recommendation was not founded based on a full clinical data workup. And that's my problem with the fertility world. And that's why we have the podcast. It's why we have boot camp. It's why I'm loud on social media. It's why we have fertility confidence methods, so that you can understand there are other options out there. And it's not one or the other. It's if your gut is telling you that there's more support that's needed, that there are more answers needed in order for you to feel confident with the treatment decisions that you make, or if earlier on in your journey you want to be proactive, those options are out there. You just have to find what's right for you.